Okay, so I'm reacting to Evan Preach video, right? Right. But the video they're talking about, okay. But the video they're talking about, I already know it. I already know it because I watched it last year. But I want to hear the opinion about it. They just released it, so I really thought of not watching it because I already know it, and I felt bad watching this video in the beginning last year. And this was during high school when I was at my lowest. So I only watched because I relate to her. So this is the chick. Let's get into it.
Saturday, and I'm sitting alone in my apartment at my desk staring at my computer. Like 99.999% of every other Saturday. And I went to get a pizza because I still don't know how to eat right. And, you know, Dartmouth is graduated or graduating, and this always happens when I drive in on the weekend to get my unhealthy food that I eat alone in my apartment. And I see all of them holding hands, walking down to the river to swim, sitting out on the green with friends, or going back to their dorm so they can probably do stuff later because it's a Saturday. And I get my pizza and I go back to my apartment because I don't have any friends. And honestly, I don't think I've ever had friends, not like real friends. I mean, obviously, I had like friends in high school and college, but it was the most superficial level. If I was in class, I would have people to talk to. People liked me. I don't think I was a totally unlikable person. And I would do.
Okay, I don't know. Just I don't want to be that guy who just says just go outside. I don't want to be that person. Because some people really have like limitations. Like I can go outside and talk to people, but I can't really connect to people. And I have an issue when it comes to texting. When it comes to talking, we get personal. When it comes to texting, either I'm too dry or not active enough. Not like you thought I was gonna say either I'm too dry or too much. No. I'm too dry or not enough. That's me. I'm never that's only inspired on like I don't know when I'm happy or have too much energy or I'm on my phone too much. So I don't know. Just uh,
After school activities, and people would talk to me, and I had people that I was close to. But we never did anything besides that. I never did anything after school in high school. If I did, it was rare. Like the times, like prom, mom had to ask a friend's son to ask me, and then he left early with another girl, which at the time
a friend's son. Oh my, yo,
I thought was hilarious because I could tell a story to my friends, and maybe that would be interesting.
please don't.
I'll see him on Instagram, but we've never hung out with any of my friends from high school.
You see him specifically? Okay.
Same thing with college. I mean, it started senior year, but like the second people started doing stuff on the weekends, I was always alone in my dorm room watching all the other kids walk to the parties. I've never had a friend that I would just spend time with and tell everything to. I really thought I got close with Caitlin and Molly and Katrina and Aaron.
You really did. You really thought. I don't know what to say to that. Really don't know what to say. Really don't. It happens. It happens. I don't have friends around here. Yeah, let's get personal. I don't have friends around here. It doesn't really hurt. And when I do, it's kind of like catching up, talking about stuff we usually talk about, which is dumb, you know. I guess it's really getting to her. I can see by her room. Yeah, she's not in the best mindset. Yeah, you can also say that for me, but these are just my nerdy sheets, you know. Just not all of us are perfect or mentally stable, or socially stable. So I get it. I was like that in high school. My room was a mess during high school last year and the years before that. It's a good thing I recorded in my brother's room. Like, yeah, that was my brother's room, not mine.
And it's been 2 years. I haven't made a single friend. And there was a girl I met on Bumble, but...
Okay. Now, okay, when I reacted to the video, I didn't really know Bumble, but now I'm like, Bumble, isn't that a dating app?
I never went anywhere and she moved. And you know what? It's my fault. Because, I complain about not having anyone, but the minute anyone does come to my life and I have a chance, I do nothing with it. She invited me over to her apartment. We ate. I could have talked to her, but every time she texted me, I would wait like a day to respond. And when we made plans, I would always feel awkward about it because all I wanted to do was be back in my apartment.
You're introverted. You're introverted. I'm introverted, but you're introverted. Can I even say introverted more than 3 times? Introverted. Oh, she's very introverted. Let me say that now.
This is gonna sound fucked up to say, but I really love this video.
You're an introvert. I wouldn't say introvert, but
I think what I love about this video
maybe
is like she knows she has a problem and she knows her own role in the problem.
Yep.
Like I'm watching this, like there's something I sympathize with because like I moved a lot after the military. I was never in one place for long, so like building long-lasting friendship wasn't the easiest. Thankfully, there's certain hobbies I was able to scrounge, but I understand. And I think one thing I learned over time is like these relationships take time and effort, and much like relationships with intimate partner, people often think that their friendships are just supposed to happen, but the reality is they require effort, they require time, they require presence, they require intentionality, and a lot of people take that stuff for granted. And so when they're not able to foster these kinds of relationships, it's like it doesn't really happen. Sometimes people don't have friends. It's like, well, how many times have you shown up to their special events? How many times have you guys reached up to spend time offline? How many times have they messaged you and you've really messaged in a timely manner, or you've reached out to them? And vice versa. It has to be mutual too, honestly. Can't be one-sided, because then you just feel neglected as you're putting effort to somebody who doesn't. So I love the fact that she acknowledges that she's had opportunities, but she let them slip through her hands, and it's caused a lot of her suffering. Not so I go, oh, it's your fault. But it's like, if you understand the way you contribute, there's ways in which you can find remedies to that. So the self-awareness is, I think, what I'm appreciating about this, because too many people get online and complain about these issues, or they vent about these issues in a valid way, but then they don't really self-assess and see the ways in which they're destructive to their own outcomes that they want.
whenever she said that, I was waiting for that, because that was the first question that popped up in my head. Like, so what did you do though? That's the first thing, because you have to entertain those things. You know what I mean? So if you have the friends and you have people that you call friends, I mean, which is, by the way, friends is a term that is used too vaguely. True. It's too much. Some of the people that you...
Yeah, there's like friends, acquaintances, and people you know. Friends, acquaintances, people I know. I have a few friends and a lot of people I know. So, yeah.
You call friends are not friends. Okay, you have to make the difference between an acquaintance, a job person that you know, someone that you, a colleague. There's a difference between friend, colleague, acquaintances. And there's a lot of people that I know that's like, oh, that's my friend. I can't believe it did. Why? Because it's my friend? Well, if you think about it, you just know that bitch from work. At the beginning of a relationship, you're gonna water a plant, you're gonna water a plant, you're gonna water a plant a lot, because it's in the growing phases. It needs to get that strength so that whenever you forget to water it once or twice, because sometimes people are gonna be busy. That's what I mean by not watering your plant. People are gonna be busy. You're not gonna be able to go out with your friends, or life is gonna be happening on their side, on your side. Things are gonna be overwhelming. You're not going to be able to reach out so that that plant, your relationship, doesn't die out, because you already watered it and you fortified it and it has all the nutriment to grow, so that whenever you don't have time to water it, it's still gonna be there. So when you come back to it, you're like, hey, you know what? Now I got more time. I water it. It's still gonna be able to flourish and to grow. You understand? Your friendship are not gonna be always at a high. It's gonna be sometimes at a low. Sometimes you're not gonna have time.
My apartment. Then I'm in my apartment.
And while you're watering the plant, you're gonna get to understand that plant more. It's more like instead of just following the rules of saying, "Oh, water the plant 2 times a day," you just while you're with this plant, you understand. What if I water it more like 2.5 or 2.25 times a day because you understand the plant. You spend so much time with it, or not so much, but just quality time to understand how the plant is. That's like a friendship. Like sometimes when you start a friendship, either you're too much or you're not too little. Then while you're there, just seeing what works and what doesn't, you see how much effort you need to put in, just where to put the plant in a certain area so you can get enough sunlight, but not enough to a point where it becomes dry. That's a friendship, That's how friendship is. A plant, a tree. Bars. Not bars, but deep.
Alone. So it's like, what the fuck is wrong with me that I complain about this and then I make no effort to try to change it? I mean, ever since I started applying to grad school, I gave up on trying to make friends here. And it's noticeable. My landlord, Elaine, keeps commenting on how all of her past tenants do things on the weekends, basically calling me like a friendless loser, which is true, but like, to hear her just say...
Or she's just saying you're a quiet tenant. You could just think that.
That to me was really hard.
I don't know if your landlord was trying to call you a friendless loser. It could be. The way I understood it was like student tenants are generally very messy and go out and make a lot of noise and do a lot of stuff. And it's refreshing having a tenant who doesn't cause problems, who doesn't host parties, and who doesn't come back late. Now, you're allowed to internalize it? I don't know, so I could be wrong. But that's how it sounded to me.
Bro, you are 100% right.
We all appreciate a tenant who doesn't cause problems.
Dude, yo, you know how all the college kids live around me, bro. Like, landlords would love to have a person like me who just minds their own business, and they'll literally just come to you, and they'll treat you so well. Landlords, not all of them are just, annoying or just bad. So if they see you're just a cool, calm person, they will treat you with so much respect. If something changes, like you're late, like by 2 hours or 30 minutes, they'll just be there, call you or text you, hey, are you good? Are you good? Are you sharp? Like,
you know, as a landlord, how it is to have people. You notice when people are messy or when they give you back the apartment and you go in that bitch and you're like,
how is there shit on the ceiling? But maybe this landlord's different. He's like, yo, you ain't got no friends, loser.
Maybe.
That's a crazy landlord.
That's crazy.
I know me, if I was a landlord, I would want somebody who keeps to themselves and doesn't cause problems. And it's very
100%.
But that's me.
Everyone tells me I'm young and I have time.
You do.
But it's still hard. So gross. I'm sorry. I knew I was emotional. I didn't think I'd be crying like this.
She's so pale.
I just don't know what's wrong with me. That I can't make it work. That I'm just lazy when it comes to making friends. I just want it to be easy,
It never is. Not gonna lie to you. It never is. How I met my best friend in high school, bro. When we met, it was very awkward. Very awkward, not gonna lie. We were like, he was like, oh, do you like Naruto? Yeah. Okay. Then it was just awkward silence. Then we met in grade 10. That's when we met again. The first time I met him when that happened, grade 8. Then we officially talked in grade 10. So, you see? Yeah, you never.
When you just find that person that you're with all the time.
See, that's the operative word. You want it to be easy. It's like for a lot of people who maintain friendships very seamlessly, it's because they've been doing it for so long, so it's easy to them. It's kind of like going to the gym. Some people find it very difficult to go, and others it's super easy. But they've also made it part of their routine, so they've adapted to their schedule and their time environment and made the commitment. But it is an effort, even for the people who it's easy to go to the gym. They're just used to doing it. For a lot of people, they think friendships is supposed to happen. That's not the way it works. At least, like, even family relationships, they require effort. If you don't reply to your family, if you don't show up, if you don't make an effort to respond, like, a lot of families will stop being that close. Same thing with relationships. Like, none of these things are different. So, me hearing her language, I understand what she's wanting. But what she's wanting is not gained the way she wants it. She knows the problem. She's just not ready to take the steps. And she wants it to be easy because she wants the benefit of a friendship. But the labor that's involved and the actual work, she's not ready to do.
It's just like it's like comedy. It's for some people. I know some people that are generally funny. They funny in real life. Like you meet them, they're always funny. Always have the thing to make you laugh. It's funny for them, and they do comedy, and they're doing good. And even for them, that is still funny and it's easy to be funny for them. They still have to work.
They still have to show up.
They have to
book up, and they have to travel.
And have you seen someone that is generally funny but doesn't want to do the work?
They don't go anywhere.
It lasts, but not for a long time. And after that, it fades. Yeah. It fades, and all the people that are not so funny or less funny that do the work, that show up, can actually surpass them. And I've seen that numerous.
They just need to get used to, making jokes, going with the flow.
Numerous time. Whether it's easy for you or it's not, you still gotta put the work in, and you gotta show up, and you gotta do this. You gotta do these things. Unpleasant, but yeah.
All of the Dartmouth students in their really cute outfits, walking around downtown, holding hands, walking down to the river to swim, walking to their apartment.
Sorry, jeez, what you got?
Sitting out on the green with friends.
You're actually so fucking stupid. Yeah, you're actually so goddamn dumb, bro. That's just crazy.
Why you gotta?
Nah, that's crazy. That shit was mad.
Yeah. It feels weird that I'm asking this now, but are they recording in a closet? I feel like this is too late to ask the question. I haven't preached this entire time recording in a closet. You know what? No.
Yo. What else you watching, bro? You know damn well I ain't gotta say nothing. You know what the fuck you did? Don't act like this. Yeah, your little dumb smile. Yeah, okay, all right.
You know what? You're only mad because that shit popped up in your head, but I was brave enough to say it.
No, it didn't pop up in my head.
No.
My way downtown.
It didn't pop up in my head, but once you said it, I could hear it.
Okay, you could hear it, so I'm not crazy.
Okay.
You could hear it, so I'm not crazy.
All right, let's keep watching.
No, hold on. The thing that happened is that it's my ADD, all right? When shit is too long, my brain wanders off. So I don't know what this
ADHD, but yeah.
thing. How long are we at?
We gotta watch this. I know your mind wanders. Sure. So do your thing.
Okay, I'll do my thing.
And in the original, she did talk for a while.
And it's been hard, especially with mom and dad, because before I would just talk to them because I had no one else. But now with all the divorce stuff, there's stuff I can't talk to them.
Not gonna lie to you, I know there's racist, but when it comes to white people, they have a lot of divorces, not gonna lie. Okay, as black people, we have a lot of deadbeat dads who just leave or just cheat. Eesh, it just hurts. It just hurts.
About it, I know it, and Travis and Kyle are too emotional, and I can't talk to anyone.
Sure.
I just look at myself and I don't know. I'm wasting all these days. I just feel so lonely. I'm just so lonely all the time.
This is how girls react when they hit like 30, when they hit like 31. This is how they react.
but I'm also terrified of it, and I also want to be alone. Like, maybe I'm just meant to be alone?
No. No, I think your video is obviously a cry for help. I don't think you're meant to be alone.
But you gotta put the effort.
I think, listen, this is something that's becoming more and more common for us nowadays. As we live online more, we spend more times on our phones, less times outside, less time engaging in real life activities. It's harder for.
By the way, I go outside. I touch grass. Sometimes.
People to build those kinds of connections, you know, where you used to do certain stuff, you go to the park, everyone go to the certain spots. Now we're so online that we're, you know, having friends in Budapest while we live in Hungary or we live in Siberia or whatever it might be. Like, just people have friends all over, and it's like made in-person friendships a lot more difficult. One, two, it's also just made people have a harder time connecting with people in a very powerful way. Because I think friendships generally get deeper and stronger as you're able to share things with people, go through things with them. Sometimes you fall out, you fall back in, but you need to have things that tie you together. And nowadays, we just have everything, all the tools at our disposal to disconnect rather than make it super easy to connect. Does that make sense? Like, it's just so easy. You just delete people from your friend group. You'll never see them again if you don't want.
You know, back in the day, you have to have like a whole like intervention. Like, you just gather with the boys. Like, you have to talk to this specific guy, dude. Like, dude, you're wild out here. You're not locked in. Like, you're busy drinking. You're holding us back. Not gonna lie with you, gang. Not that you're holding yourself back. You're always bringing us in your problems, gang. Like, dude, it's you. And then he's like, no, I'm not a problem. And then you have to deal. Bro, yeah. Back in the day was crazy. Dealing with someone back in the day was just.
You're not going out as often because, like, who wants to go out? You just stay at home, watch Netflix, blah, blah, blah. So I just think the way we have society set up, it's very easy to cut people out, which it sounds odd because we live in a time of ultimate connectivity. But the kind of connectivity we were generally discussing are very shallow bonds. So I sympathize with her because I think being lonely is super sad. I think for most people who live that life, it negatively impacts them, as shows the study. So do I think she's meant to be alone? Probably not. I don't think most people are. And I hope for her that stuff gets fixed because I don't wish that on anybody. I know what life is like for me when I don't have my friends around or when I don't get, like, honestly, if you have good friends, good quality friends, spending time with them is like sometimes the highlight of your week. Y'all sit down, you're not thinking about work, you're not thinking about all that other stress, y'all chopping it up, sharing references about different things, bringing up memories you haven't thought of, getting caught up on people you care about. It's like its own little web drama that you're involved in. And it's so outside of your day-to-day, it's so refreshing to just be able to kick it and have like-minded people kind of soundboard things off of you and talk about things. So, I don't know, for me, I think people should seek that out. I think it's very healthy for people. I know it's been very, very healthy for me, so I hope she finds that. And I don't know, I just want to commend her for being both vulnerable, being introspective, being critical of herself, and then also of, like, you know, just being very raw about everything. So that's what I want to say.
Well, you said something about the communication era. We are in a communication era. The thing with that is that the easier something becomes, the more we take it for granted.
Okay.
Right? For a certain time, first we just use it, you use it, and then after that we're like, ugh, yeah, that thing is there if I want to. Remember emails? The first time that we wanted emails, we were like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing. And then we got an email, and then we were super excited about it until we get like a bunch of
Gmail
ads all day and everything and stuff. We just take it for granted. Like, we have so many things and apps to communicate, but we take it for granted because we can do it so easily.
True.
It's easy to do. Like, it is about, on your phone, there's about 10 to 15 ways to communicate with someone. Absolutely. Including your phone. That is, you know, well, you use it to phone people. So there's that, but we also take it for granted. It's easy to do, so you postpone it for later. And it kind of puts the effort. It's easy to do, but
it's easy to do, but it's not easy to do.
It's easy to do, but because it's easy to do, we don't think about it, we put it over there.
I actually think because it's easy to do, it's hard to do.
Yes.
Because it's not.
It's not like you have to go buy a time. Yeah, it's not like you have to go leave the house, go buy a time, remember the number by head, plan ahead, you know, just back in the day was crazy.
Not rewarding.
No.
And so you have to muster up the energy.
Yeah.
And you're just like, why am I doing this thing that's not rewarding?
There's people
when I can scroll TikTok, when I can do all this other bunch of bullshit that's not really, but it affects you mentally.
It is rewarding.
I literally had to teach myself.
It is rewarding.
What
Going
is?
on TikTok or whatever,
yes.
because it gives you endorphins and stuff like that and blah, blah, whatever, whatnot.
But not
So
in a meaningful way.
Yes, but the drugs and the endorphin that it releases is actually more addictive than whatever it is to communicate with people. So that's the problem that we have, and that's the loop that we have. And then you said something as well that...
Well, I'm a masochist. If something keeps giving me pleasure, not everything, I'm still addicted to YouTube and coffee, so... But not everything. If it just gives me the same feeling over and over, I don't like it. I like something that just feels unpredictable, you know? It's like, maybe that's just me. Me.
You know, even though we're in the era of communication, back then, we needed to live in community, whether it was for protection, whether it was just to you had to go. I can't be a farmer and just grow my stuff. I need to buy other stuff, so I need to go to the market and interact with people. Now I can order all that stuff out. Before, you kind of had you had to, when you were a hermit, you made a corporate decision to live without people. You refuted people. You made a decision to go out there and live alone. That was a diss to the rest of the people. Them, you know what I mean? So now it's not really that much hard. So you have to make an extra effort because that being alone.
You know, hermits back then, they stopped being they isolated themselves from people for a big reason, like this happened or like just. They trusted a lot of people and then those people hurt them. Now it's like, nobody's accepting me even though you didn't talk to anyone. You're like, let me just lock myself in my room even though you didn't talk to anyone. You get me? Me, it's just... I can make friends, but... I'm just fine with just meeting my old friends casually or sometimes, you know. I'm cool with that.
One is right there. Okay, you don't need those people that much, so you do have to make an effort right there, and that's the reason why it is harder. So even though we are in the communication era, we have those apps, but it is kind of harder because we take that shit for granted.
Absolutely. I'll say this. So this is my suggestions to folks watching. If you're struggling with a lot of this, I only really have two suggestions that I can really think of.
Go ahead.
Okay.
One is you have to make the effort even if you don't want to, so that you can learn to make that a habit. I find it easy to message my mom today because I've been making an effort for the last 3 to 4 years. But sometimes back in the day, I used to not message my mom for months, and it would be normal to me. Not because I think it's a good thing. It was just the way I developed my habits. And I had to do that with the people in my life as well. I had to learn to be like, yo, let me just check in on these people because I love them. And I just, I'm going to do it right now. I'm not going to postpone it. And I think in doing that, I started developing better habits. And now I message regularly. My mom appreciates it. And some of the people in my life appreciate it too. So I think it's like something you have to push yourself to do to build that. The same way you have to push yourself to start going to the gym and make it a habit. If you want it to really be ingrained, you have to do that with other things in your life. If you don't, the things that you think are supposed to just happen will never happen. Yeah. You're not just magically going to get into shape if you don't show up to work out on a regular basis. It's just not going to happen. So that'd be suggestion number 1. Push yourself to do it. It could be small little things. You can start it once a week, once every 2 weeks. But if that's substantially better than what the fuck you're doing now, do it. Okay?
You feel better.
Because you really have no excuse. You're spending all your day on other social media apps looking at bullshit, looking at titties, some random dances, some dumb fucking videos. Like if you love these people, it requires a bit of devotion. It requires a bit of labor. And if you're not willing to do the modicum of labor that it costs, can you really claim that you really love these people? It's something to question a little bit in terms of your actions. Maybe internally and mentally you really feel that way, but sometimes your actions don't align with what it is that you're saying and you're doing. So just think about that. Because I know you guys, if you were in a relationship with somebody, didn't matter who it was, and you told that woman or that man, I'm in love with you, okay? And they say the same, but they never responded to your text messages or took months, I think you would doubt that. I think you would. I'm not saying you need the same level of devotion in a relationship that you need to your friendships, but there should be some measure of semblance. It shouldn't be like night and
some level of some level of horrible words today. Some level of importance to That you're gonna prioritize. Thank you. I said it. Prioritize. You must make me a priority, not over everything in life, but over like just put me in your schedule. Put me in your mind. Just that's what he's saying.
It shouldn't be, I message my partner, but I never reply to my friends. Or I talk to my friends once a year only. It's like, now some friendships are built like that. Some people, they have their families, and so, but I'm saying if you're suffering from that sense of loneliness and not having those people in your life and you want that and you're not doing those steps, for me it's a little bit bizarre. That's one. And two.
That was two, so I guess that's three now.
What was two? No, it's all one, right? The make effort.
No, you said, and secondly.
I think I just went back to the first point.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, okay.
But two, what I was going to say is if you're finding hard to even find people to connect with, you have to find the things that make you connect to people.
Yeah.
Some people, it's their shared past experience of being in high school together and going to college together, being from the same neighborhood. If you don't have those experiences, then you have to find the hobbies and the things that intersect between you and other people. If it's not proximity,
Yo, I met a lot of cool guys at Comic-Con. Not just you guys, I know you. I mean, when I was like separated from my, the boys, I met a lot of cool people there. Like people in different situations I'll never talk to, but I talked to them there. It was pretty cool,
it's got to be interests. Why?
Shout
Because
out
these
to
things help bond you guys. Going through things, going through classes, going through activities, tournaments, whatever the fuck it is. Like, how many people do I know who go pick up basketball on a regular basis or have like intramural tournaments and stuff like that? And the people on their team they go grab beers with afterwards and start to build friendships from there. Maybe not everyone on the team, but a few of them. Like, those activities bond you. You need things to gel you to people. And if you don't have it with history and proximity in terms of like where y'all live or what kind of work y'all did, then you have to do things. And that's the ways you have to put yourself out there.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You have to make the effort. Sometimes, you have to grab your shit and, making your way downtown and make friends.
There you go. Alright, so we're not going to play the rest of the video, but if you guys want to find it, it's in the description.
I already watched the video like last year or last year. I don't know. But I remember I watched the whole video and I listened to it, bro. She's broken, man. Like, yo. She says she's a senior, so I think she's done with college. I think she's done, so I hope you're doing good somewhere, lady. I hope you're really good. I was very concerned. I think I commented, but that was my old account, so you won't even know it's me. I've had two. Yeah, I've had two accounts. It's this one and my old one, so. Yeah, I commented on my old account. I think I should comment one more time. Yeah, it's a rare thing to see women like that. Pretty sure there are many women who are like this, but mostly them are older. I'm just saying the facts here. Come on, but a lot of guys are like this, and I know 99% of you are guys here. Some of y'all are just. Also guys, would you prefer to be called something else? Okay, I'm just saying that a lot of you guys are like that. I know it's tough. I'm introverted myself. It's just that I don't know. This year, just my boys are a bit ahead of me in life, or so we don't see each other that often. They're still getting used to their lifestyle, or they're still just trying to push through. We'll meet each other probably this month, hopefully. I've been skipping this video. I've been skipping that video of hers for months. Oh, Evan Priest just uploaded this today, but when I saw them upload, I'm like, wow, what a coincidence! It's not like I was thinking of this video today. I'm like. When I saw the thumbnail, I was like, "Oh, it's that chick." What did something? At first, I was like, "What? Did something happen to her?" And no, it was just the same video. I think I should check that channel if she's okay. Again, I used my email to comment. Maybe I can comment again. And I found that video very randomly. I was very upset. In high school, I reacted to a lot of people just talking in high school. Just. Not reactions, not commentary, just talking. And that's why I have my video of nostalgia, that one. I think I should make more content and just talking. If you want to listen, it's cool. If you don't, then It's cool. I'm not good at thumbnails. I'm not good at titles. And I don't want to waste your time where you just leave like 10 seconds after, But the views are views. It's not like I'm getting paid. I just do this for fun, I like reacting. I like sharing my opinion. So even with my friends, this is how I talk to my friends. So, but not like this. I'm a bit bummed out after this. Again, this is why I skipped this video for months, because it just really hit me. It's like, wow. And I think when I think I'm lonely, that's lonely. I'm just by myself for a couple of hours. Then yeah, I'm good. I text my friends, we talk, we chat. It goes crazy. Or I talk to my mom at some point. At some point, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. Man, all I can say is, as they've been saying, you just gotta change your habits. Just make something that you don't want to do into a habit, then you just do it. Like I hate washing dishes, but every time I go wash dishes, I'm like, Like 5 minutes later, I'm done, and I'm like, oh, that was quick. Okay. I'm like, just make things a habit, even though you don't like it. I don't like things too, but I gotta do them. I'm still trying to make myself better or more open. So we gotta push together, fam. So it's been Aaron Peach video. Link in description. Peace.